Tonight, we continue tracking the Mosquito Fire growing in Placer and El Dorado counties. The fire is now 16% contained. Nearly 49,000 acres have burned so far. Thousands of people remain under evacuation orders tonight, with more than 5,000 buildings threatened. The fire is expected to continue to grow in the next few days.
And new tonight, we are just learning that 25 homes have been destroyed. Take a look. El Dorado County deputies have actually now made a damage assessment between Raymaster Mine Road and Bootjack Mine Road. This map shows the structures that were damaged or destroyed and those that were not impacted. Now, keep in mind, if your property was impacted, there will be a picture, we're told, as you can see here on your screen, that shows the extent of the damage, and sadly that property has been lost. You can find a link to the map on our website, abc10.com. Keep in mind, it's been almost a week since the fire forced so many people to leave their homes. Several of them didn't even have time to pack the essentials.
As ABC 10's Roxanne Elias explains, there are evacuation centers that are providing them with help.
Chris and Laura, this evacuation center is steadily growing as more and more people show up here needing everything from shoes to cell phones to even emotional support. But that is why the Red Cross and other partners are here to provide just that. The after effects of the Mosquito Fire are starting to weigh on evacuees' minds.
Had I been home, what would you grab?
Last week seemed like any normal week for radio host Marco in the Morning until the California Highway Patrol stopped him in his tracks as he was headed home in Quintet. He was forced to turn around, ending up here at the Cameron Park Community Center.
I have to thank the Cameron Park Community Center. We have showers, meals, a cot, great food. T-Mobile's here giving us phones, and the firefighters.
Most of their essential needs are being met at the evacuation center.
They're needing additional items such as clothing, shoes, because they just got knocked at the door to evacuate. So they took what they can and they jumped in their vehicles and they arrived here.
But aside from necessities, people like Ben Alexander are worried about paying bills. He and his family had to split so quickly, some didn't even have time to put on the right shoes.
Financially, I need to be at work, and I can't really get to the car because we can go back home. So I left pretty much my truck, my tools, and been up here is losing already a week.
Evacuees believe it could be up to a month before they're able to return home, but they're hoping it's sooner so they can go back to living their lives.
It's only 10% containment on the fire, so I don't know, it feels like weeks, but it hasn't been, but I'm dreading if it's a whole month.
We spoke to a public information officer with the Mosquito Fire, and he says at this point there is no timeline on when these evacuees can return home, but he says it is top priority right now. Now, the Red Cross is also saying if you would like to help some of these people out, you can donate by visiting a local Red Cross center and letting them know that you want it to go to the Mosquito Fire evacuees. Laura, Chris, back to you.
And this firefight has been such a long and devastating one, still only 16% contained. Thank goodness for the cooler temperatures
and
today.
some showers as well for today. So kind of an interesting pattern shaping up for today, not only because of the firefight, but also the smoke. You can see the perimeter line here drawn in red, some bands of rain pushing overhead, not necessarily all of it reaching the ground, but certainly something that we're going to be watching. Now, on the flip side of that, lots of lightning strikes for today. And if you remember, just about a week ago, last Tuesday, we had the outflow from some of those thunderstorms really helping to fan the flames on that Mosquito Fire. Started off at 50 acres and quickly exploded overnight, continuing to grow with that record heat. Thunderstorms back in the forecast for tomorrow. That's what we're going to be tracking, is the risk of more lightning sparked fires. Now, in the meantime, the smoke, I mentioned that it is still thick and hovering overhead, especially around Grass Valley, through Forest Hill, even parts of the upper areas of Auburn. A little bit better than yesterday, but still hazardous air right around. This is the reason why we have that onshore flow, and then it moves just a slightly bit off to the south. So that's going to push that smoke farther to the north, say for places like Grass Valley. Temperatures on the flip side of that, 5 to 10 degrees cooler. So right now we're sitting in the 70s through most of the valleys. We're starting to head into this Monday evening, hour by hour timeline. Just a few clouds, lows in the 60s, a cooler day tomorrow, and I'm tracking showers as well.
Sounds good, Monica. We'll check back in shortly.